Hey guys, what is happening? And welcome to Luke Allegedly. Now I'm here in the Pacific Northwest. Beautiful, beautiful beach and surroundings of mountains, and a perfect place to talk about all the problems and distortions in the economy right now. You see, right now, a lot of people are looking at the fact that unemployment is low. They're looking at the fact GDP isn't negative yet. And they're going, Luke, we're not in a recession right now. I don't know what you're talking about. And the thing is, those people don't realize that these things take time. They take time to ripple out into the economy. The thing is, when a recession takes hold, that means people are buying less. They're spending less money into the economy because they're spending more money on food. They're spending more money on inflation because everything is going up in price. And that presents a massive issue, guys, a huge issue, because the thing is, when inflation is eating up loads of people's income, that means they don't have the money now to go and eat at the restaurant, to go wherever it is. And you know, we saw that exactly happen last night in Victoria. Canada Day long weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada. You would expect all the restaurants to be busy. We went to a restaurant. There was just us and another couple and about 20 other tables that were empty in the restaurant. Now, I got speaking to the waitress who was a student, and she was saying, like, they literally can't find staff and people just can't afford to live in Victoria. She said all her friends are struggling and they just can't afford anything. And that made me think about the demographics in Victoria, because, you know, you've really got a lot of boomers that are retired and pushed up housing prices there. And then you've also got a lot of young people, a lot of students, and then you've got some people in the middle. But really, Victoria, just like many economies that have just become financialized, is going to struggle massively, because the economy on a local level is collapsing. It's collapsed already. You look around and you see boomers driving around in Teslas, and you see the transit buses rammed full of students and people, and you're just like, what is going on here? Like, this is absolutely nuts. And you know what? It won't last, because it can't continue and sustain itself this way. I mean, think about it. If it did sustain itself this way, that would mean that nobody here on Vancouver Island, and specifically in Victoria, would be able to get the services that they need. And that would be a major, major problem for them. So the thing is, it's just massively, massively naive to think that this will continue forever and there's no problem with this, because it's already becoming a fact that people are moving away from these places. They can't afford to live in these places like Vancouver Island. It doesn't matter how beautiful the place is, how dramatically beautiful it is, and it really is a beautiful place, but it's become unlivable. It's become absolutely unlivable. You know, once upon a time, I'm sure you could backpack in Vancouver Island and in British Columbia and it would be fairly inexpensive, but now it's just insanely expensive. You know, traveling, eating out, all these things are luxuries, and these are the things that people are just going to cut out. They're going to get rid of. And you know, it's like I talked about on the video about the Airbnb. I see big problems with Airbnbs. The fact is, guys, Airbnb is not going to be able to continue like this, where you've got thousands and thousands of Airbnbs. When the global economy is in recession, including China, that is going to mean there is significantly less demand for lots of things. There's going to be less demand for real estate coming out of China. There's going to be less foreign students. There's going to be less people moving. There's going to be less people going on vacation. There's going to be less people spending money on food, eating out. There's going to be less people spending money on discretionary items like doing their basement, fixing up their kitchen, whatever it is. And these are things that have thrived in the bubble economy. The bubble economy loves these things. They love, oh, let's do our basement, let's do our kitchen. But the reality is, guys, it cannot sustain itself this way. And we have to realize that and just kind of prepare ourselves for that eventuality. It doesn't mean that that's a bad thing, because it means eventually that there'll be opportunities. There will be opportunities. Things have to collapse. It's the natural cycles of greed and human emotion and everything that goes into the investment cycle. You know, people think that things go up and down in a straight line. It's very much not like that. It's more of a round turning circle of mentality that people go through. Greed, fear, despair, capitulation. These are all things that you see in economic cycles, in cycles of financial markets, in cycles of asset classes. This is exactly what we see. And you know, the funny thing is, guys, that when I look around here and people have got these lawn signs that said everybody deserves a doctor, and I'm just thinking, yeah, everybody deserves a doctor, but how are you going to attract doctors to a place where they can't even afford a home? Like, what doctor is going to want to come to Canada? Every doctor that comes from, let's say, India could also go to the United States. That is classed as a great skill to get a visa removed to the United States, where they can earn way more money than they can earn in Canada. So guess what? They're not going to come to Canada. Canada has become too expensive. Now they're thinking, well, you know, Canada used to be a totally different place. And this is the thing, guys. From my perspective, when we moved here in 2016, and when we were looking at moving to Canada, which was way before that, 2013, 2014, it wasn't as expensive as it is right now. And now it is just totally overvalued. By the time we got to it in 2016, we realized, hey, this place is getting overvalued. And then it just got more and more and more expensive. But that doesn't mean because it's getting more expensive that it's a good place to invest. But that's what a lot of people have thought. People have thought, oh, well, prices are going up, so they'll continue to go up forever. And as we know, it just doesn't work like that. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It greatly helps. If you like this type of content, then consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.